Well, hello, everyone. Giuseppe, my brother. I will apologize in advance to everybody that our podcast intro has the ability to get stuck in your head. Welcome to the club, Joe. You will be thinking about our Oliabo intro to our podcast while you're in the shower, while you're driving your car, while you are trying to bake bread, whatever you do with your free time, golf. Yeah, the new guy. We should haze him or something like that.
I think we did with the Oliabo song.
Yeah,
I love it.
There you go. Ashley and I have an initiation. It's pretty brutal. Yeah, you need to fetch drinks for us and things, and Trello as well. So
Done.
anyway, welcome everyone to the Oliabo Studio One. Are we calling it that now, Trello? Did we get? Yeah, okay, Studio One Podcast, and we've expanded to a third today. Actually, I'm not sure what the standard setup will be going forward. This is just us doing this in an average week these days. Ashley and I have done the first two together.
Yeah, right.
And we pointed out you're the only one that actually has a podcast, and you have yet to do until today a podcast. So welcome, Joe.
Grazie.
Prego. Yes, a little Italian. Yes, sono felice di essere con tutti voi stasera, sto pomeriggio. We, for those of you who are new to our podcast, we at Oliabo are pretty passionate about olives and olive-derived products, olive oil, olive leaf, things like that. And we today are going to talk about a topical product. But first, we start with a little bit of maybe knowledge for folks about olive and olive oil. And okay, Joe and I had an Italian mom. Her entire skincare routine growing up was olive oil for many years. I remember the big moment that mom had where she went and she had an Avon lady teach her about the modern ways of makeup and things like that. But that was her like sunblock. That was everything, huh?
She just put it on her face every day.
And her hands, and she had soft hands, and yeah, so there's got to be something to it. Matter of fact, last week we talked about Visolux, a face product, and we talked about transdermal benefits. But for a refresher, maybe we talk just briefly about a component of olive oil that mimics the skin's squalane. And that would be squalene, correct?
It mimics the skin's squalene, and it's squalane.
I got it backwards.
It's fine. It's one letter difference.
Are men are from Mars, or are they from Venus? I can't remember. Which is what men are from Mars, women are from Venus, or anyway,
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That is correct, Gordon.
Thank you, Joe. Well, we'll establish that because olive-derived squalane is a natural way to drive, active ingredients into the layers of the skin, correct?
Yep, correct. It dives deeper into your skin because, you're right, it mimics your own natural oils, which are already there. So it's used to these oils in your skin. Yeah. So it complements your skin very well.
Right on.
Yeah.
You staying with us so far, little brother?
Gotcha.
Guess we move fast on this podcast, okay?
Gotcha.
So, all right. I'm teasing Joe. He knows quite a bit about this product that we're talking about today. But in the area, we talked last week about the more cosmetic benefits.
Right.
The glow, antioxidant protection that comes from olive-derived ingredients and whatnot. We're going to take a different approach today. The olive has the ability to help, as a recovery from sports-related workouts, and there's a relief that can be garnered from olive-derived skincare.
Right.
And this little adventure when we started a few months ago, Joe you were nursing some injury. You're always nursing an injury, but what was it?
Well, I was particularly interested in this, not just topically, but also internally, because of the natural anti-inflammatory benefits of the oleocanthals that are found in extra virgin olive oil.
Ooh, big word. Settle down.
Oleocanthal. It's a polyphenol. And I'm sure you covered it last week.
He's very smart.
And it was fascinating to me when I started to hear about this and started to realize that it's been around for thousands and thousands of years. There's success leaves clues, and this has been consumed for thousands of years. And there are trees that are still producing it after thousands and thousands of years on this earth, continuing to produce fruit and continuing to produce olive oil. Well, from the fruit, creating the olive oil. And from that olive oil contains that oleocanthal.
And when you say thousands of years, there are olive trees out there, thousands of years old, producing. Okay, so you referenced historic use topically. The oldest, this is my nerd out thing, that the Ebers Papyrus, Google it, folks. Ebers Papyrus is the oldest known medical text of sorts that they found in ancient Egypt, buried in, it's a papyrus, right, with hieroglyphics on it. And it has formulas, topical ones for abrasions and for bruising and muscle soreness with olives and olive oil.
But did they know at the time? And they didn't need
They
to
don't
know
know
at the
why,
time.
maybe.
They didn't know why. They didn't know why at the time. They didn't understand that there was something called oleocanthal. That came later. That came actually within the last, 20 years, actually?
Yep.
That they discovered that polyphenol specifically called the oleocanthal. And that's what interested me most. When you started formulating this, Ashley, I decided to give it a fighting chance. Not just internally, because I do consume the Prima. I consume extra virgin olive oil every day. But then this one has a special type of extra virgin olive oil, which you kind of guided us through to finding, which is the high phenolic extra virgin olive oil. Just means higher polyphenol count. And this particular one happens to have a very high phenolic.
Have you seen it before Ashley puts it in the
Oh,
formulation?
yes, and I've tried it, and it's pretty amazing. It's strong. And I think
It's also
I
very bright
believe-
green. If folks at home imagine it, we should probably do a cutaway to it. It's emerald green almost.
it's beautiful. I think it might be the first product in the world designed and formulated like what Ashley did. I think. I don't know.
I believe so.
I mean, yes, it goes back thousands of years and people were using it. They just didn't understand why, nor did they need to understand. They just know it worked.
Yep, exactly. Science
But
tells,
there's-
stories sell.
That's right. But there is something in there. There's something that is that oleocanthal mixed with other ingredients that Ashley's put in there that absolutely works.
Yes.
And it works for me. I will tell you that right now. I've gone 100% into it, and I absolutely love it.
And going back to not just the papyrus that were found in Egypt, but Hippocrates, the founder of modern medicine, he recommended it. Also in conjunction with Olympic athletes, they used it as a rub down. Can you say that? For sports. Sorry, that sounded really bad. But it was used as far back as the Greeks. They figured a lot of stuff out back then. They were really good with these sort of things.
And it makes sense because the basis of almost all illness is inflammation. And that would be similar with our muscles and our joints and our fibers and tendons and everything.
Yeah.
It's all comes down to inflammation.
So allow me to pick. Let me pick on you for a second,
Yes,
little
sir.
brother. So we are genetically programmed similarly, same parents, but you are definitely a much more avid sports enthusiast than I am. I'm better at watching sports than
You
playing.
definitely know more about them.
Stats, maybe a little bit. But Joe, for those who don't know this, my younger brother here, at one point was rated the fittest executive in the state of Utah. How many Ironman have you completed in your life?
I hesitate on that because it was one that
I
got cut.
know.
Okay, so 10 official Ironmans.
Yeah.
One that got cut in half, and then one that's an X-Tri. Technically, the distance is pretty much the distances, but it's not considered an Ironman. So
He's being way too technical. It's whatever the number is, it's way more than
Is
I
it
will do.
Like 12.
10-ish.
How many Ironmen have you done?
Oh, I can't even count.
None?
Yeah, 0.
Yeah, I've done none Ironmen.
0.
So anything north of 0 is high
You're winning.
credibility. Yeah.
Yeah.
As well as all these other events that Joe has done. So he's actually got a black belt in muscle pain and discomfort. I will quote you to you, Joe. You were once talking about an event where I think you cross-country skied from Aspen to Vail, Colorado, or something like that, right? Or it was the vice versa?
Yeah, it was one of those. Something...
It took like overnight or something.
Yeah, it was an overnight thing.
And I remember you were excited because you only lost like 3 toenails versus like all of them. And you told me, I remember you were like, I was in the pain cave by hour 2. And I said, probably don't want to know, well, what is the pain cave? And you described, it's in a place where your brain goes and your body goes into pain. And you were there until you crossed the finish line, correct?
Pretty much.
How many hours do you think that was?
It was like 16 or 17
Oh
hours.
my gosh.
Maybe 18.
I don't therapy.
Remember. It started at like 10 or 11 at night, and it went to like, I think we finished at about 5 or 6 in the afternoon, or 4. I can't remember.
Wow. Trello? Ever done? No? Ironman? How many? You've played hockey too. So yeah. And Joe's injury when we started this was a hockey-related injury on your meniscus, and I remember we were talking about internal benefits of olives and olive-derived products, and then you came in this room. We were in this room, and it looked different. It's fancier now, but you came in and said, "Look at these transdermal benefits of oleocanthal," and there were things like, "Oh, it's nutritionally supports the body's ability to recover from." Swelling and muscle tears and whatnot. You are the king of muscle tears. Whenever you exercise something, you do micro tears and you build stronger to build muscle, but you're constantly, I don't know, how many times have you broke your legs?
Yeah, broken both my legs, both my ankles. And the best thing that I've ever used, I'll tell you that actually, best thing I've ever used.
Wow.
I've tried it all. I've tried everything. Of like to try to help from recovery. That's what you do. I mean, when you're always pushing the limit, you're always looking for something. And I've tried it all, and I love it. I just had to do one this weekend, Gordon. And I was just starting to tell Ashley about it right before here. I don't actually know what it is. It's something on the bottom of my foot. I kind of like plantar, but it's not. I don't think it's plantar. It's at the front of the foot. I've never really had it. I've had it like from time to time, and it usually just goes away really fast. But this has been around for like 3 months, and I don't know quite what it was. And it was getting to the point where it was really tender. I didn't even think to put flex. I don't know why I didn't, because I'm putting it on my ankle every day. I'm putting it on my knee all the time. I'm putting it on my shoulder and whatever's sore. So I decided to put that on Saturday, and I woke up. I discovered like for like 2 days, I didn't feel the discomfort that I had been feeling for like 3 months. I thought, So I just put it on in our meeting right before this. I thought, I don't want to jinx this. I'm going to put it on again. It was kind of probably not the most appropriate thing in a meeting. Ashley's sitting next to me, and I got my shoe off and my sock off, and I'm like rubbing it into my foot. But honestly,
gotta do what you gotta do.
I'm so sorry.
Honestly, like
Look at Joe's swollen foot.
It just feels so much better. I don't know how to describe it. It's amazing. It's amazing.
We get all surprised sometimes when things that are supplements or topical products work as they're supposed to work. Mm-hmm. But until we actually have a personal experience, it's like, well, it's just words on paper, even if it's a peer-reviewed medical study. Right. And Joe's is to do with recovery from strenuous exercises and whatnot, or getting hit with a puck. Was it a puck that hit you in this meniscus, or just?
No, I collided with someone, and we just had one of those awkward, like.
It wasn't a fight?
No.
Should make it up.
Oh, I'm 56. We're not fighting. Well, a few people want to get a little. I'm like, okay, guys, grow up. We're adults. But I just fell over, and he fell on top of me. It was an honest mistake.
Yeah.
And it's something that I've been playing my whole life. It was just a weird kind of like this. And it just happens, Luckily, it wasn't. It was a horizontal tear, which is at the back of the knee. So if it was the side, either the right or the left meniscus, I would have had to have a surgery.
I didn't know what a meniscus was
either.
Until Joe told this story.
No, but Gordon, I didn't either. I had to actually Google it.
I know about muscles, and I swear to you, I know about what a bursa is, bursitis, because this man hurt his bursa, and he's like, I hurt my bursa. I'm like, what's that? And he's like, bursitis. I don't know what.
It's not fun. That's all I can tell you. It's not fun. It's like if you have it on your elbow, I couldn't do this. Like just so painful. Whoops, knock. So painful. But honestly, like I put it on, I'll put it on like a mosquito bite. I'll put it on anything that could cause an irritation or inflammation of any sort in the skin. I put it on. And it's like, I don't know how to describe this. It's like, I literally have tried everything.
We have the product formulator right here. Should we ask? Well, I call it leading the witness. I said it 3 times on the first podcast, I realized. And then I said it twice on the second one. So we'll lead the witness because I know a little bit about this, but you're most qualified to address what is the componentry and why does it have such value when it comes to what Joe's talking about?
Yeah.
Muscle soreness, etc.
Yeah. So at the very beginning of all of this is my favorite part of it, is I was in pain and we were just starting.
You guys were the king and queen of pain at the beginning of this.
That's what you would.
He's always going to be in pain because he's always injuring. But you were different.
Mine wasn't as cool. Like I was running and I have a herniated disc. The end. It was so dumb. And it was causing me so much pain to where I couldn't even walk. I couldn't even function. I was taking.
Let me just add, that's not dumb. That's a lot of people live with that.
Right, and it's from dumb stuff. Like
I didn't but a lot of people do live with it, and so people are listening to this right now, going, "Oh my gosh, their ears just perked up."
Right,
because it's what they deal with every day.
As soon as I started telling that story about herniated disc, I can't believe the number of people that are like, "Well, I have one," and I'm like, "Are you okay? I know what it feels like. How are you okay?" And they just deal with it. You're totally right. So mine was pitching my sciatic nerve, and I could not get it to go away. I was doing all the yoga, all the exercises. I've gotten shots. I've gotten everything. And the only thing that would kind of take it away was ibuprofen. So I was taking a substantial amount. And then when we're starting Oliabo, we're learning about olive oil. And every day I research and I go, tell me something new I've never heard about olive oil before. And I'll search it on different chats or Google. And I came up with this podcast, and they said the word oleocanthal. And I was like, what is this word? Tell me more. And so I heard this word, and they were linking it to the COX-1 and COX-2 inhibitors, which are an anti-inflammatory or a inflammation pathway, which is really interesting. So this guy back in, I think it was 2005, hang on.
Yeah.
That's when he created oleocanthal. He went to an olive oil tasting, I believe, in 1999.
Okay.
And his name's Gary Buchem. And he tasted this olive oil in Sicily, and he said, who put ibuprofen in my olive oil? Just because it had this peppery, spicy burn. So he comes back and he creates this word for it, and he calls it oleocanthal. And this oleocanthal is in certain kinds of olive oil, and it has a lot of the same benefits, which is insane. So
and that's why you get the burn, right?
Yeah.
Because, and they're, of course, laughed at. I'm like, of course, we're not sticking ibuprofen in this.
Yeah. They're like, no, this is actual olive oil. It's just harvested differently. We've planted it at different places. It's an early harvest. It's certain kind of olives, certain kind of trees. We stress the trees. It's just a really interesting story how they get really high oleocanthal in certain kind of olive oils. So I come into the guys and I'm like, hey, listen to this word. These are the benefits. Do you think that I could create like a topical product for it? Because you'd have to drink a lot of this to get the same, amount you would need as taking like one ibuprofen. It was a substantial amount you'd need to drink it. So I'm thinking we should localize this. And they're like, go. So, which is my favorite word. And so we came back in, we're all trying it. And in my mind, I'm like, please work, please work, please work. And it did. And that was the craziest part. And still to this day, I'll try it on a pain point in my body. And I'm like, still shocked that it works, because we've all used so many products before that don't work and don't have the ability to, even calm or numb or anything. And it's disappointing every time I want to try something new that will make me feel a little bit better.
Well, it's interesting because we all know, everybody out there has used some sort of topical, usually some product that a lot of them smell like menthol or eucalyptus, and you put it on and your eyes water. There's a warming that happens, right? Warming, and that warming does cause at least mentally for me, some form of relief.
Right.
What was surprising to me is that there's a warming, calming of the muscles that happens with this product that doesn't come with you. It actually smells good. Like I actually smell. It doesn't collide with every cologne or if I wore like one of those other products. Joe's like, don't use brand names, and but everybody knows what I'm talking about. You can go to the grocery store and buy a ointment. They're usually ointments, and you put the ointment on, and then the whole room smells of mentholyptus, usually, or something like that. But this one has a pleasant smell. The viscosity it's thinner. It's not gooey like that. And okay, besides olive-derived componentry, is there anything leading both the witnesses in there outside of the olive world that helps with, say, I don't know, historically abrasions or inflammation topically?
Yes, there's a really special ingredient, and it's called mangosteen pericarp extract. That's what's in there. And every single ingredient is in there for a reason, because it hits different pathways. But I am not the expert in that area, but I know someone who is.
I don't know if I'd be considered an expert, but we knew about this in the past, and mangosteen has traditionally been used for thousands of years by cultures all around the world, and used it internally. They would make a tea out of it. The pericarp, particularly, pericarp being the shell or the peel of the fruit, and they would make a tea out of it and drink it for dysentery and diarrhea and other things that have to relate to the gut, which, by the way, is an inflammation issue.
Yeah.
Again, going back to that point about so much of what we experience health-wise is, at the root of it, inflammation. But they'd also make poultices out of it and put it on their skin for skin conditions. And what are almost all skin conditions? They're inflammation related. And so they have something called xanthones. And so you've got this oleocanthal mixing from naturally found in high phenolic extra virgin olive oil, and then the mangosteen pericarp oil having these similar properties and benefits. And the two of them combined, amongst other things. I will add that Ashley has put in olive leaf extract and olive fruit extract as well. So in addition to, it just boosts all those, all the studies that you'll find. They have different polyphenols found in that. You've got alorapine, which is also phenomenal. That comes from the leaf. And then from the fruit is called verbascicide. And so this add to it like frankincense and a few other, which is really, really good for sore joints and muscles. This product flexes like nothing I've ever used before. And I've tried it all. I've tried stuff from Asia. I've tried stuff off streets in Asia that are claimed to be like the best of the best of the best, and they do have that smell, Gordon.
Yeah.
You put that on your skin and you jump on a plane, forget it. The whole plane will smell like it literally. Or if you go into a meeting, somewhere like, whoa, what's so-and-so wearing? And I'm not trying to put it down. I'm just trying to say that I've tried it all, everything. And nothing's ever worked. Traditionally,
I think, Joe, I think you may have been the first one to mention the brand name when you said Flex. So for those who didn't pick up on it, this is the product that we're talking about that Oliabo makes, that Ashley formulated. And it's called a topical recovery oil is how we market it. But that is the product that we brought to market, leveraging the power of mangosteen pericarp oil, oleocanthal derived from extra virgin olive oil.
Just naturally found in the extra virgin olive oil.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other componentry that Joe mentioned from the leaf extract.
Right.
And so I think this is probably the part in the program where people are saying, how do I use it? What do I do? How does this work? I don't know if we have can I open this one?
Yeah.
I'll open this, and then maybe young Ashley can demonstrate for us. Or Joe can. Look,
Yeah.
Joe, please leave your shoe on. Break the...
You can go from the bottom. Oh, yeah, there we go.
There we go. I have enough strength to open this. Okay. We should pop this top off. People try to remove
Twist it.
Yeah. You want to?
Sure.
There we go. So Joe is going to
Usually
demo.
at first you have to kind of prime the pump a little bit.
You want me to read the instructions?
Sure.
Okay. Massage onto sore or overworked areas of your body to experience
There we go.
a lasting sense of comfort. That feels good to read.
It does have a little bit of a scent. And what's that coming from, Ashley?
Mostly the peppermint and the olive oil. So they do kind of have those scents, but
And there's a little bit of melaleuca in there.
there
too,
is,
Right?
yeah, the tea tree.
Tea tree.
which is, I wanted to blend them together so it created a nice scent, but the scent wasn't gonna. This scent isn't supposed to last forever either. It's supposed to absorb into your skin, so you're not going around smelling like peppermint or tea tree or anything. But it really is a clean, pleasant scent. So much so that when we were manufacturing this, do you remember that day we go in there and someone comes in and they're like, "What is that smell? This smells so good." And I'm like, "Yes, that's exactly what I want to hear. I don't want to hear that, is someone in pain.
Smells like grandma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smells like someone's in pain. No, that's not what it smells like.
It's, I would say, because it's an oil base, you want to rub it in really well, but it rubs in and it absorbs quite easily. And one of the things I like about it too, and we were talking about this the other day, like I'll put it on at night. That's kind of one of my nightly routines.
Yeah.
And I put it on sometimes during the day. I did it today with my shoe off. Thank you, Ashley. With my shoe and my sock off.
I'm so sorry.
Didn't even
But
notice.
I'd like to put it on at night, and that's one thing that I will point out with those stronger smelling
Yeah.
products out there. I wouldn't do that at night. It's too aromatic, I guess. That would keep me from falling asleep. This doesn't have that effect in the least bit for me. And so I take this small amount like this, and just now, you can't see it, I'm under the table here, but I'm just rubbing it on my ankle. This is an ankle that I broke 17, 18 years ago, and it did a good job on it. When you break something, you can break it, or you can really break it. And I
Which
just really
bone did you break?
I broke my leg and my ankle. I was dirt biking.
But you told me it was like fibula.
I don't remember the big one.
Huh.
Whatever the fibula. It's the one on the outside. There you go. That's the very scientific part of it. But I blew that's one thing. The bone heals pretty easily, but the ankle, that's the issue. The ankle is the issue.
So
So my ankle is pretty. It just is what it is. And when you break an ankle, when you tear it, it's something that will haunt you. Someone asked me on a podcast maybe a year ago or so, what's one of your biggest mistakes you ever made? Which I think is an interesting question. I immediately thought of that ankle break because it's something I think of every time I take a step almost. Mm-hmm. And so this is, and to put it in perspective, I would normally, and I don't know if I've ever told you this, Ashley, but normally I got to the point where I would see my physical therapist almost like a massage therapist. And I would go at least once a month, maybe every 2 months, and sometimes like 2 times in a month. See a massage therapist. I had a massage therapist that I would see regularly, at least once a month. And when I blow out my, like when I say blow out, when I really hurt my ankle, which was regularly, I would go see maybe both of them. So the amount of money I was spending, the amount of time I was spending to do this was pretty substantial. And so for me, this has been a lifesaver. Money saver too, frankly, because I apply this, like I said, at night before bed, which is, I think, a good time to, because that's when your body's supposed to, when we're sleeping, supposed to recover, repair.
It's true. Muscle repair happens a lot at night.
And so I never did that before because they always kept me up. Any one of these products would keep me up at night. And so just because of the aroma, stimulating.
It'll keep your spouse awake at night.
So in some of the cases, like the whole house, because it smells so much. But this one's not. I just rub it in really well. And it is oil-based, so I'd rub it in real nice so that it doesn't get on the covers, but it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't get on my bed covers.
There's no real color. It's kind of just a little, maybe a little tinge of green. Yeah. But okay, you put some on, I noticed, right? Okay, because all the cool kids were doing it.
Well, I don't want to brag, but I did 15 push-ups today, so my arm's a little
15?
15. My record so far.
Yay.
A personal best.
So my arm is a little sore. So yeah.
Trello gave you some props.
Yeah, but also, I love your stories. I love all of this and the saving money part. But I want to go back to a physical therapist. So my brother is a physical therapist. And I've created, what have we tested here? We've created like 30 different versions of this before we sent it off to the lab to have them help us, finish everything. But I'm bringing it over to like my family's house. I'm like, everyone test this, see how it works, tell me how it feels. And my brother's a physical therapist and he just wouldn't use it. And he's like, whatever, hocus pocus you're doing, I don't know. And finally he's like, fine, I'll test it out. And so we're sitting there at my parents' table and he's putting it on his hands because he has a lot of inflammation in his hands from being a physical therapist and rubbing, doing the
I've heard that from other physical therapists,
Yeah. And he puts it on and I was like, I'm going to check back with you in a few minutes. Like, we'll see how it feels. And then 30 seconds later, I hear from him, this is stupid. And I was like, why? He's like, I can already feel it. And I was like, I got you. But it really...
You made a believer out of him.
Out of a physical therapist.
Well, you did the same for me.
Oh, my gosh.
Because my pain was in my hands,
That's
right?
right.
Listen to me now and believe me later. I just put it on while Joe was rubbing his swollen foot. And I got the visual of Joe's swollen foot from my perspective. I was rubbing on my thumbs, and I have arthritis in my thumbs. Arthritis is a fairly normal thing when I am 3 years older than, I'll save you the math, I'm 59, folks. I'm older than my younger brother here. But it's a warming without, I don't know how to put it. It's like a warming that doesn't come from eucalyptus, menthol, that sort of thing. You feel right now, it's actually quite a wonderful feeling. Yeah. Like, nobody believes it until it actually happens to them, right? You just kind of have to get some and try it out. Now, I'm going to pick on you for a second. Okay, so we heard about Joe's injuries. No pressure or anything, but I named your situation the technical name of, you had Larry Bird back, which will date this. The people that get that will have watched NBA circa 1980s, because Larry Bird always seemed to have back pain, right? He was like, oh, Larry Bird is out with back pain and that sort of thing. So when Ashley was complaining, she was the lone female in the office at the time, and you were the one with the lower back pain, which was unusual. Men are usually the ones with the defective lower back. But you were taking a ridiculous amount of ibuprofen at the time. You pointing out Ashley's probably like 70 pounds soaking wet, right? So if she's, you go down in
like
age.
3 pounds.
By the end of this. It's funny. I don't care who you are. I'm the funnier. Who's the funnier, Morton?
You both are pretty funny, both of you, in your own different ways.
Joe can do the Kramer mimics, but you interestingly have not complained about your Larry Bird back for I forgot.
You're right.
It's forever.
Until you just brought this up, Gord. I didn't.
You don't complain anymore, and it's just that it's people always say it's a miracle. It's just what happens. You take something, and the studies that we read about actually happen when you use a product in real life. Trello, you've had enough exposure to this group. Have you heard Ashley mention anything about her lower back in recent months?
Just barely, actually, because Lindsay also has some stuff with her sciatic.
Yeah.
So she had all the tips and tricks, and then she told me for Lindsay to do work.
And that's how it works, folks. You just do this and then product. Yeah. Eventually I start forming sentences, but first it's just like this with my hand, which is much easier when I put this on my thumbs. I play guitar. I don't, Joe exercises. Okay. Joe trains, folks. I will exercise the bare minimum so that my heart stays alive. Joe trains. Joe's always training for, are you training for anything right now?
Not at the moment, because I'm just making sure that
Freaking boo. You like slacker. So yeah, you had to
still work out.
Yeah. Joe,
I'm doing 75 hard right now for anyone who knows about that. So got to do 45 minutes in the morning, 45 minutes at night.
did you know what that is?
I do, but usually people make a bigger deal
Freaking-
about it because Joe's just like, this is just my life, 75 hard. Or people are like really intense in it because it is hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know until he said it the other day. Do you know what 75 hard is, Trello?
I've heard of it.
Okay.
I've never done it.
All right. It's apparently not comfortable. So Joe does that. And that's why I said like he kind of trains versus exercise. I know 75 hours probably exercise. But for myself, mine is not it's different. Like I play guitar. I don't play well enough to ever made money doing it. I just enjoy it. And it's a real bummer. When your hands hurt, it makes it rather difficult to, you play guitar. And it's the strength to press your fingers down on the frets and the strum and whatnot. And it is so much easier when I put this on. So there musicians out there. There you go.
Me too. And I will add to it, like I could just keep going about all the ways that it's affected me. I'll tell you another thing. I don't know why this happens. For whatever reason, right on this left arm, I get really itchy if I'm in the sun too much. I don't know why. It's been like that for years and years and years. Nothing's ever helped. And I put it on it, and I feel less
You're
itch.
not the first person
Let's
that
just
said
say
this.
less itch.
What is
And
that? It comes with it. Like,
it's the weirdest
I
thing,
got a
guys.
weird phantom itch on my back that it just suddenly just appeared in the last few years. Okay.
And I get this from people when we're doing meetings.
Really?
I'm doing meetings. Yeah, I've had people say, I put it on this itchy spot and it doesn't work. That's why I
You're
tried
younger.
it.
It's coming. It's coming.
Great.
I don't know if it's an age thing. I think it's like people. But the other thing is something that we've joked about in our family, and I don't know where we get it from. We call it gimp neck.
Yes.
Which people, there's probably some sort of a more official term for it. But, you wake up and your neck's like, eh. And
It runs in our family.
But when I would get that, Gordon, and it used to be very regular for me. When I would get that, it could last for a week.
Yes.
Or 2 weeks.
Yes.
Or a week and a half. It just seems to linger. Since applying this product, I haven't had, I'll get it and then I'll just rub it in really well. And I've tried again, all the other stuff that I've tried never seems to work. That's again, physical therapy or massage, usually massage therapy, because
Yes.
that is really a muscle issue.
But for the
Flex.
gimp neck, I find that
It works.
sometimes it makes
That's
it
all it's
worse when you go to a massage therapist. I don't know what it is.
Because they release all those, the knots, and then the knots
Yeah.
send out whatever they send out into your body. And yes, you're right. It could make it worse. This is what I use now. And I have not had, what would you say, Ashley? It's been probably close to a year that you started working on this formula.
Yeah.
And so the different variations of it until it was launched.
People
last
out there, they're like,
December.
what the heck? I didn't know it even existed. Well, we were using, you're brewing it up.
Yeah.
You were
original
brewing up
version.
beta versions.
But now that's what I'll use. And when it comes, and it does come from time to time, I bike too. So when you're biking, you're kind of crouched over and your head has to.
The way that you bike. I bike with the Sound of Music bike. I love
Dorothy.
biking. Do you have a bike?
Well,
like
you
that?
have to be focused because
No.
like this morning I was this close to getting hit. I was coming down. Yeah, I know it was scary. I was coming down and the sun was coming over. You know how in Utah the sun can come down. So you have to be really focused and you got to be watching everything. But I'm down in that crouched position, so your head's up like this, and so it tends to. And I did almost get hit. It was very scary. But I didn't, because I was paying attention, because I was sticking up. I have to. I'll just apply it at least once a week, and that's about all I need. I'm just a little bit here, a little bit here, and I don't even know how to describe this, guys. I've tried everything, and anyone who's out there that has tried everything, I encourage you to check this thing out. Like, I will do this in meetings, live meetings. I'm that confident in this product, Ashley. Well, I'll pass it around. And I'm yet to have a meeting where someone doesn't say, wait, and they put their hand up and say, I just did this 20 minutes ago or 30 minutes ago. There's something magical about it. And it doesn't surprise me. Again, success leaves clues. The thing's been around. When I say the thing, extra virgin olive oil has been around for thousands of years, and it's been used for thousands of years.
Thousands.
And mangosteen pericarp oil. Well, maybe not the pericarp oil, because that's something a little more recent, but the poultices that they would put on their skin.
Yes.
Thousands of years. Success leaves clues.
Absolutely.
It's out there. And then frankincense again. Frankincense actually has been used for thousands of years for sore joints and muscles and so forth. Generally topically, people would use it.
Well,
or giving for gifts. Apparently, that happened a couple thousand years ago, and but it would be
1,026 years.
But I mean,
That's funny. Gifts.
It's been around for thousands of years.
And gold and myrrh. I don't know what myrrh is.
I left those two ingredients out. Sadly.
You left gold and myrrh.
And myrrh.
Oh, okay.
But this
Next
is something I've never been able to experience before, and I'm so happy that it's here. So thank you, Ashley.
I
Thank
agreed.
you guys.
Yeah, gratitude.
This isn't just me also. This is a group effort. This is everyone's powers combined to make this, which is why it does work so well.
Well, let's do this then to finish up on the. Also, you hear a lot about athletics or whatever. Maybe you have a weird back. What Joe was talking about with the stiff neck, gimp neck is about our family.
That doesn't have to be about it.
No, you can just go to bed healthy and wake up injured. It's just it happens, and you get it, and then you're like, what? And then your doctor's just like, there's nothing I can do. You can wear this neck brace. No.
Or go to a massage therapist like I have, or whatever.
Well, this one, no appointment necessary to purchase this. It's just go to oliabo.com. You can see if you're unfamiliar with that. It'll walk you through it. Nice, gentle process.
All natural.
Mm-hmm.
All natural. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Natural componentry, and So that being said, we can finish up with a challenge. If you want, you can learn more. You can just go to the website or talk to whoever told you about this podcast. And I think we were efficient with time today. Anything left to check? Let me see. You were going to tell me I said something about lactic acid, but apparently lactic acid is not the. It's not a.
Well, lactic acid's interesting. It's something that generally just kind of goes away after about 30, 60 minutes. We think it's something that's causing the muscle pain, but it's really not. It's just all the little tears in the muscles and tendons and fibers and so forth. That's the thing. And so when we're working our muscles a little further than what we're capable, it creates that soreness.
I learned that today, by the way. I did not know that it's the soreness is actually not the actual lactic acid. It's the taurine or something, right?
But I've had experience with that, what you just said, when I pushed it a little bit too far. And
just all the time.
And I love that. But it can happen on your calves. It can happen on your quads, hamstrings, whatever it might be. And I find it's made a big difference for me too.
Super.
Good.
Well, there you go. That was a nice little efficient, quick capsule summary of simple product to enjoy if you like. Yeah. So let's call it quits. We'll do the outro music. Trello will run it so to make sure that everybody has got it stuck in their brain. It is an earwig. It will get stuck in your brain.
Like it.
Yes. You'll need a priest to remove it from your mental processes.
You're going to forget it by next week, and then next week
we'll remind you again. Yeah, for another. It's like the whoop, there it is, of intro and outro music. So, all right. Thank you to our special guest today. I sound like I'm the forever host. I don't think that's
I think you are.
Am I? Mm-hmm. No, I think Joe. All right. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you for tuning in, folks out there in podcast world. And Trello at the boards. Cheers. Grazie.